Hey guys, it's Mia. A friend of mine on YouTube, Jaxer1212, wanted me to use my imagination and answer these 9 questions, which is going to be interesting. Alright, question 1. If you suddenly grew to be 30,000 feet tall, explain how you might accidentally step on some people and what they'd see last when they looked up, and how you noticed that you stepped on them. Okay, well, I would actually accidentally step on people all the time, because trying to move around when you're like 30,000 feet tall is like, that sucks. The thing that they'd last see before they got stepped on would be the bottom of my foot. Maybe with like a love symbol, you know, on the bottom or something, just saying, he's like, I still love you and I'm sorry. I am so sorry that I can't walk without stepping on you. And I would notice that I stepped on them because I'd hear like a nasty squish noise, you know, and crunch noise, and then that feeling is just, ugh. Not a fan. Okay, number 2. And by the way, this has to be the strangest video thing I've ever done in my life. What people would you purposely want to step on, and how would you step on them with your giant bare foot? Well, I don't like Hitler, and I'm not a big fan of Al-Qaeda, and I don't like people who are in costumes, like, not like Halloween costumes, but like the big animal costumes that would go around in like fairs and like baseball games and football games and things like that, like mascots. I don't like them. And probably the Easter Bunny, because he has a medical problem for having to shit out like eggs all the time, and then he decides that, oh well, then these kids are definitely gonna eat them because they came out of my butthole. And probably like clowns. I hate clowns. They scare the living hell out of me. And I'd probably step on them like intentionally if I saw them, but then I'd probably apologize because I'd feel bad because they're still people. And, like, you know, they're still human beings. Oh, and pedophiles. I don't like pedophiles, but then again, who doesn't? That and child molesters, and I'm pretty judgmental. But I guess it makes sense when we're talking about these kind of, you know. Next question. Would you stomp them completely flat into your giant footprint, or grind them into the sole of your giant bare foot? Well, I really wouldn't want decaying, disgusting, fleshy bodies on the bottom of my foot, so I'd probably just squish them flat and move on. You know, less mess and less people screaming when they see me coming, but then again, I'm 30,000 feet tall, of course they're gonna see me and probably, like, have a stroke or something. Would you leave giant footprints everywhere, and why? And what would be smushed inside of these footprints, and why? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, walk, you know, take one step, clean it all up, take another step. It would take forever to get around. Well, not really, but, you know, it would take a lot longer than what I wanted it to take. That's my thinking face. It's pretty hot. And I think if I leave giant footprints everywhere, it might be more of a recreational service. Just fill some water in it and get some duckies and some fish, and there you go. Got a lake. And probably like trees and bushes and people and cats and animals and anything that is in my way, including buildings and like school buses, will probably be smushed, and I will apologize, and I will probably have a lot of splinters, like, constantly. Let's see. What part of your foot would you use to squash them under, and why? And explain what would be fun about stepping on them barefooted. I'd probably use my pinky toe to be a dick, because it's like the big thing's using the little thing to still get back at you. But I don't know, because it's like, I don't like the idea of something being stuck onto my foot, or me even stepping on anything, because I don't like stepping on things that make squishy noises or feel awkward. So I don't think it's that much fun. Sorry. Alright, number 6. How many people could get you in one stomp? Could get me one. Let me start over. Okay, how many people could you get in one stomp? And explain what type of bug they'd remind you of stepping on and how you'd step on that type of bug. Well, no offense, but I think you have a foot fetish, and the idea of stepping on people probably excites you. I could probably get like maybe 2,000 people in one stomp. I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, 30,000 feet tall, obviously. I'm going to have 30,000 bigger sized feet than I do. You know. They'd probably remind me of ants because they'd be storming around and you could just, you know, feel that nastiness. And it depending on, like, if they're just regular people or if they're creepy people or if they're, like, terrorist people or, like, the Easter Bunny or something that I don't like, that would definitely differentiate on how I'd stomp on them. Would your giant barefoot cover their entire puny bodies and why? Well, they're, like, this big. Of course I'm going to be able to cover their whole bodies. Yeah. And also, would you high or low stomp them and why? Well, again, depending on the differentiancies upon if it's the kind of person that I like, you know, just regular people, or if it's like in that one category, it's either going to be, or it's just going to be, I'm so sorry. Yeah. 8. When would you say this? I'm going to step on you with my giant bare foot and squash you like a bug into the sole of my bare foot and then feel you squish completely flat. If it's everybody that I don't like in one place and they're making me angry because they're throwing rocks at me or saying that I'm disgusting or something degrading, then yeah, I would probably say that. But probably not in that sense. It'd probably be like a lot of bleeping happening and a lot of bad words just coming out and a big old mess of awesome. Number 9, the last question. Also explain how you'd step on me with your giant bare foot if you're really mad at me, and what part of your foot I'd stick it to and why. Again, sticking onto my feet does not sound very cute. I'd probably scrape you off. I really don't think I could get mad at you because I don't know you, and it takes a lot for me to get mad at somebody. You'd have to like try and try purposely if like that was your mission to make me angry. Oh, there's another question. 10. Also demonstrate how you'd step on those tiny enemies with your giant bare foot. Nah, I think I'll pass on that one. I really don't have much time left on this, so I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'm glad I could answer your questions, Jaxer1212, if I'm saying that right. So yeah, just watch my videos and appreciate the fact that I'm endangered, so bye!